Hi everybody, thanks for being with me. This is the 8th day of our video series, The Journey from Bound Up, Stifling Evangelical Religion to Freedom. I'm especially happy to do this today because today's my wedding anniversary. My wife Kitsy and I have been married 48 years today, and we've got a great celebration planned with a gift, a bed and breakfast that our kids gave us in another town, and we're looking forward to that. But I wanted to visit with you all first. All right. This journey that I've been on, that many of you all are on too, that maybe some of you are considering, or some of you have been wondering, how do I explain to others exactly what's happened? Well, I'm hoping that this will help you with all of those things. This journey for me started out believing in I just didn't know any better, and the people who taught me didn't either. They weren't bad people, just, I believe, misinformed. Taught me to believe in an angry God who really didn't like people. But he, of course, had graciously made a way for us to escape his eternal torture by instead unmercifully torturing and killing an innocent man, his own son. And he believed that even after that, we believe even after that, he was always watching us and keeping a list of wrongs that was impossible to please and had to ultimately be appeased. And the only way he could possibly even be able to stand us was to see us through the blood of Christ. That's a very hard way to live, because I don't think any of those are true. Well, I left that belief system and started believing that God was totally different. I started believing what God was revealing to me, and he is to many of you, and the most fascinating thing happened. The things that I had been working so hard to achieve in religion but couldn't started to become a reality in me, an effortless transformation. I found myself being much more patient. I found myself actually seeing Christ in other people, people who'd never heard of him. I found myself realizing that everybody has a story and that Jesus has always been with them in their story, and all of us. I found myself starting to see everyone as in Christ, as scriptures say, instead of me judging and determining that certain people were in, those like me, of course, and others were out because they weren't like me and hadn't done what I'd done to get God to save me. They hadn't done the transaction that I fortunately found out and was able to bring about. Those are all lies. I started seeing God's unconditional love, not only in people, but in animals, in nature, music, art, film, literally everywhere. Since Papa revealed to me that everything is in Christ and everything good ultimately comes from him, I started seeing him in people when I started seeing good in them. And you can see good in everyone. In short, God transformed me. Actually, I was already objectively transformed. I just didn't subjectively know it. I was trying to become what I already was. Now, every day I'm finding out more and more about my new identity, who Christ in me has already made me to be. I don't have to struggle now to try to be like Christ because I know that Christ is in me and he's living as me. I couldn't become like him anyway. When I remember those things, things go really well, even when they don't go the way I want them to, even when I don't get the results that I want from something, even when my health takes a different turn than I want it to. I mean, I don't jump for joy and say, oh, I got a bad pain in my back. But I do remember, if I'll stop and think of who I am in Christ and who he is and who he's already made me to be, then I know that, hey, it's okay. He's here, he's in me, he's working everything out for the good. There's going to be ultimate transformation for everyone. One day, everything's going to be fine. I don't have to worry about things right now. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't like to feel good and have things go well and stuff. It just gives me the way to be able to live through things that life throws at us. Now, when I don't remember those things and I revert to my old ways, I worry and I doubt and I fear and I get irritable, and it doesn't appear that I've been transformed, those of you who know me, but I have. It's actually not the real me who's acting out, and that's not a cop-out. Now, that doesn't mean that I might not have earthly consequences for my bad decisions and actions. I do. But they never affect how Papa sees me and how I really am in him. Transformation. I can't explain it, but I can sure experience it. The proof is in the pudding. And this, folks, is what I see in my friends, those who I know, who are on this same journey. I find people not trying to get right with God, but enjoying the fact that they are right with God. I find people relaxed, seeing Christ in other people, not judging, giving grace when you would least expect grace to be given because of the circumstances. I see people not judging, but accepting and including and loving unconditionally. Wow, that sounds a lot like Jesus, doesn't it? It's a wonderful journey we're on. Got a couple of more days this week. See you tomorrow and Friday. So long, everyone.